Hey everyone, Bike Fisher here. Today I actually wanted to talk to you about why I started a digital agency for chiropractors. So I think anytime like Simon Sinek said, start with why, right? So why somebody does something is a really big deal. And in short, because chiropractic saved me from surgery. My story, it really started 11 years ago. I was about 18 years old. I was finishing up high school, and I lived in Florida, and we went to the beach all the time. We did skimboarding, which is real similar to surfing but closer to the water. And I went up on a wave, got some really great air, tried to do this trick, and I came down and just landed straight on the back of my neck, right? And it really, really hurt. And I remember sitting up in the water just kind of feeling paralyzed for like 30 seconds, and I just couldn't even move. My friends ran over to me and they were like, "Mike, are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'll walk it off." And that was like the first major sort of trauma that I ever really experienced. And so I went and saw a chiropractor, told my parents, and naturally they took me to see a chiropractor. Really, really awesome experience. And over the next couple of weeks and a couple of months, I had been doing some regular adjustments and regular treatments, and I started feeling so much better. It was a huge, huge success for me. Fast forward a couple years, through college and after college, I moved to Atlanta where I had my first job. I started integrating with people locally there, and I joined a local gym. And I met a couple people there. They became my friends, and every single one of them were bigger and stronger than me. I'm sure there's plenty of guys that can relate to that. And so naturally, I tried to get a lot stronger and bigger by lifting really heavy. And I remember one specific time I was trying to do a deadlift. This was a few years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. I was trying to do a deadlift, and it was way, way too much weight, and for my body size. And I remember I was picking it up, and I had guys on either side of me, pick it up, and I was like, yeah. And I was trying so hard, and I picked up the weight, and in the middle of my set, the middle of the rep, I heard this really just loud, just like pop, and I felt it just immediately, and I knew that I had injured myself. I put the weight down, and I just kind of had to step away from, for a little bit, and I went home, and I was like, man, this hurts. So I immediately started looking up different chiropractors in my area. Over the next year or two, I saw one or two different chiropractors, and while I was getting some results, they were definitely doing some adjustments, and it really kind of helped me out. It didn't really completely make the pain go away. It only kind of minimized it just a little bit. And so because I wasn't getting the results that I really wanted, I essentially stopped going for a little while, about a year or two. And this was a terrible, terrible idea because sometime last year when I was still living in Atlanta, my lower back was hurting so bad. I didn't really know what to do. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't walk around. I mean, it was just pain all the time, just this chronic pain in the lower back. I was starting to feel the sciatic pain down my legs, and it's just a miserable, miserable, sort of experience to have to go through that. And so I was hesitant to go and see another chiropractor. My family members and friends were, telling me I should consider surgery, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this was not ideal, to say the least." And there was another chiropractor that was right next to where I lived, and I thought, maybe I'll pop in there just to out of curiosity, just to say hello. So I popped in there, said hello to the woman at the front desk, and she really told me a little bit about what they did, how they did it, and I was a little skeptical, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot because I really did not want to have surgery. And so long story short, over the next few months, they, with proper traction and different treatments, right, they really helped me align my spine, and I actually have x-rays to prove it. And I felt so much better, and even now I feel so much better. I don't have any more pain. I don't live with any pain anymore. I was just imagining when I went in there, what it would be like to live life again and to be able to travel and do all these things and exercise without pain. And that was a really big, driving factor and motivator for me. And And so, a few months ago, I had finished up their treatment. Now I live in San Diego, but I finished up the treatment and it was just awesome. I felt so good. They literally were like a second family to me. And what was surprising to me is that there was plenty of other people that were there that had also had, maybe not quite exact experience as me, but real similar, and many success stories. And I realized that effective chiropractors can really truly make a difference in people's lives. And so that's always something that I've been passionate about for the last 10 or 11 years. Is always something I have been involved in. And, I'm a testament to it, to the effectiveness of it, and to how incredible it really is, and what it can do for you. And so, when I was, my business partner and I kind of split up, and so I was getting ready to, I'm considering creating a new business. And I really was considering, who do I want to work with? Who do I want to serve? And immediately, one of the first things that came to mind was chiropractors. And that was because of, the results that I had gotten. I can really, truly speak for how effective and how powerful, effective chiropractic can be. And so that's my story. In a few minutes, I'm trying not to ramble too much, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you've had a similar experience, please let me know. Let me know in the comments below, or send me a message. And I hope my story helped, and maybe it'll inspire you to check out check out a chiropractor near you if you're really suffering in chronic pain. I would highly recommend it. It was one of the best things I ever did for myself, and I would urge you to do the same. So, all right, everybody.